the last say of this software is firmware upgrade. Anybody know how to upgrade the firmware? Okay, you got it.
You got to click in the secret box. Click admin.
Yeah, admin. And you can read it back the SIM card models on the firmware version, and also the receiving card numbers, firmware versions, and how to upgrade the firmware. Just choose the firmware data package, and then click OK and click Update. So
Where did you get to this window? The secret window?
just put it on the main interface here, and do not do anything. Just type in the keyboard ADMIN.
Just anywhere. Just be sure to.
Yeah, anywhere.
That's the password for real.
You just type in the admin. You just type in.
And you can try here, so you can know how it works.
Just bring that up and just type it in. That's it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Sounds great. It works.
666.
Actually, it's not 66.
Oh, you don't use that no more?
It should be 666,888. 36 and 38 to do the firmware upgrade. Yeah, for the user login it's 666.
That's like a Sony model. We'll put pedals you can have FU, so we kind of cover Japanese. They were a little embarrassed. We did change it.
Everybody there, somebody they caught on to it.
One of the women had to tell them to that double it.
Okay, so if there was no question about this software, we move to the next one. The newer software, Smart LCT. Let's close this one. So this is our new software called Smart LCT. A lot of customers ask me one question: what the difference between Smart LCT and LCT? The Smart LCT is we developed this software. It's mainly faced to an end user because this one is very user friendly, and compared with the LCT, it just cut it off some of the factory used functions, but it can do the mapping, it can read the file, it can send the files. And it also can do the multi-batch and adjust the lights between the modules panels, and also adjust the brightness and adjust the gamma value, color space, and also it can do the pre-store scripts. So the main differences between those two is it cannot do the calibration on this software, and also this software cannot create the configuration file for the panels, which means the smart setting. And for the other functions, it's better than LCT software. I'll show you step by step. So there were two modes of this software, on-fly and online. It's just pretty like the software LCT, the demonstration mode and the advanced mode. The offline mode is just like a demonstration mode. You can go to offline mode and to see what the software can do. So if you click the offline mode, just pop up these windows. The software asks you to create a project. Give this project a name and choose a place to save the project files. And then the second step is choose a device, what kind of device you use. Because for now, I'm using VX4S. And also, customer asked me, I'm using MCT RL300. Can I use Smart LCT? Yes. Actually, the Smart LCT can work with all of our products in this list. So no matter which products you use, all of them can work with our Smart LCT. So choose VX4S here, And go to third steps. It's candidate selections. Choose you can import the candidate configuration file. Just click Manage, and here's the import. And you can choose the configuration file you saved from the panels, or you get it from the LED manufacturer, the original panel size. Click OK. And so the name is EC. It's already loaded successfully. And close this one. You can find it in this list here. So we choose the right cabinet size and the configuration file, and go to next. And the software asks you how many cabinets, how many rows and columns cabinets. So we have 5 by 3. And the fifth one is a source resolution. This is just give you a reference. When you choose the VXPro-S, it just give you the recommended resolution is 1080p. But if you choose the 4K processor, it give you a recommended resolution is 3840 by 2160. Different resolutions according to different processor you use. And the last step is connection type. It can do the auto connections and choose the right data flow, and then go to next. And it is already well configured. And also we use the first port to drive these screens. And here also shows the panels. We just import to the software. So in this page, the first very useful function is loading capacity. You do not need to calculate anymore, because here give you a tips shows how many the loading capacity is used. For the first port, we already used 64% pixels. So you still have 36% pixels. You can drive more panels, which means you can drive more panels. So, and also, if you want to do the mapping, it's pretty easy. Just start drag like this. You do not need to do to type in the column or rows of your panels of your cabinet. You just need to choose this one here, drag, do the mappings. So loading capacity, and the other it's good features on the smart LCD is hot backup. If you think it's very complicated on doing the backup on the LCD software, here's very simple. So if you want to do the backup, port backup, just click here. It's already did it, backup. You just need to click save. It's already finished to do the backup. And what about the device backup? For the device backup, if those two is not cascaded together, you can do the backup like this. So this one is A1, A2, which means they come from two different USB, so they are not cascaded together. Go to hot backup and press one, first one, second one. Here's a bar here, one click. When the color goes to blue, which means you set its device to primary. And double click, when the color goes to brown, this device goes, it's be set it to backup device. So this is for the device backup. Those two devices not cascaded together. But if you cascaded those two devices together, you can do more easy. So I just added two more VX4S here. They are all from A3, which means they cascaded together. And we go to the backup, go to A3 first, A3 second. We just drag the second one, cover the first one, and it will be automatically to do the backup. So this is about the hot backup. Pretty easy compared with the LCD software. So I do it. What?
Smart LCD. No. Yeah.
3.5. You can get from our website, this software. So I do it again. For port backup, click here, do the port backup. Or if you want to use the second one to back up first one, you just drag here and put it here. And fourth one to back up first one also. So this is for the port backup. Device backup, if you cascade it, cover this. Do the backup. If you do not cascade it, we add one more here. Usually one click, blue, primary, ground, it's backup. Any questions?
Oh, about the file extension.
About extension?
Yeah, the X and the RFG. One works with one software and doesn't work with the other, right? How is that? The RCFGX and RCFG? Will this send out, let's say if I have
Yeah. RCFG cannot load it to this software. For this software, it only can use RCFG.
RCFGX?
Yeah, X. Sorry, X.
So how would what if my config file is RCFG? How would I change that? Or
You have to go to the LCT software and save it again. Save it as a RCFGX
okay.
file.
And then will it give you that option in LCT?
Yes, you can load this file and save it again. Use the higher version software to save it, and then it will be automatically changed to the RCFGX.
There's also a hacker condition, right?
Yes.
How reliable is it?
I have to say it's the same. Yeah, it's the same.
How reliable is Windows running?
But only this works on Mac. LPG doesn't.
Yes, LCT is limited by the development platform, so it cannot do the Mac version.
You wanted to change the wiring. And I saw when you did it automatically. It linked to all the
So you mean you change the wire?
yeah.
So select all of this. Here's a disconnect. So it's disconnected, and you can choose. We use this data flow, right? Choose this one, and click.
So what I'm saying, like, you know how in LCT, you can just do it however you want. You want to go crisscross and whatever, like, you can do it however. Can you do that here?
Yeah, sure.
Manually, yeah.
Start from here. And also for the smart LCT, the biggest difference on the mapping page, the biggest difference is it can do the irregular squares mappings. It's pretty easy. So for example, there was a door in the middle, so you can just directly delete those panels here. So the software will be already calculated this part, so you do not need to care about this part. You just delete this, it will be automatically set it as black.
You could set, so if you had videos like a TV,
Mhm.
then in the middle there, you could black out that TV could come into that, and you could put other content around it. You could layer it.
So you want to use this part to play the other source.
So you take, I don't know, so you take 2, 4, 6, 8 of the cabinets, the middle ones, and you put a TV signal through that, and you run different content that goes around the outside of it.
Yeah, this depends on the video source. Because for our controller, it's only driving the panels. The video source, you can just add it one more layers on the middles here and put different content.
You couldn't do that for, well, you couldn't do it for a VX4S, but,
Yeah, we can do it on VX4S.
oh, you can.
Yeah. Because VX4S can support PIP 2 layers. Yeah. So I'll show you later how to do the PIP. And so this is about the mapping and loading capacity checking. And also the next one is,
Didn't show the touch
'cause this is, I used the last one.
Oh,
I used the last week for us to drive
Oh.
the panels. Okay, so
That's what you do a creative setup. The strips on top of that. You want to strip it? Just drag and drop.
and next good feature is you can export the mapping file and send it to an on-site engineer to do the cabling says or to do the power says. So here's the export. Click here. You can export the front view. It's for the software guys, and the back view for the weird guys, doing the weird says guys. So we export the front view and choose a place to save it. And you can see here is customized. If you do not check this customized, I can show you what we can export it. So here's what we exported on desktop. There were 2 pictures of this file, and we can check the mapping file here. And you can see in the logo, also in the time, and also in the screen names. It's just default Novastar, and also the watermarks is Novastar. But if you want to customize it, go back here and check customize and type in your old company name here and load the logos, company logo here.
Oh, good. Now I'm not feeling official.
like a water bottle. That's cool.
And we can see this is a new one I just customized. So the logo is changed, company name is changed, logo is changed, and the data is here. And zoom in this, you can see more details. C, which means the sending card, and P, which is a port, the first port, and receiving card is a number 5 receiving card. And here's A means the angle, because the R5 can do the free rotation. The 0 means you do not do the rotation, and the W and H means the width and height of your panel. And here, this one, the gray one means the start point, and the red one which means the end point of each port. Actually, here give you more explanation about the short letters. So any question about export the project information? Okay, if there's no questions, I think this is pretty much about the offline mode. The other functions I would like to introduce you on the online mode. So if we go to the online mode, we just click OK. The software will be automatically read it back. It used the first port to drive the 15 panels, and the panel size is 168 by 168. All of the information is automatically read it back. If you want to read it back, the mapping file, just click Reconnect. Yes, yes. And it will be successfully read it back, the mapping file. And some customer may want to change the brightness for a specific panels. So you choose these panels here and go to color, uncheck full screen, and you can adjust the brightness just for this panel. Not just brightness, and also color temperature. So if
Would that be the example of replacing a newer module on a display that's a couple years old? To get that one new module
match,
the other?
yeah, you can do it, or you can do the calibrated says, what I just mentioned, manually to adjust the coefficients. But we recommend it to manually adjust the coefficient, because here it's just a temporary, but the calibration coefficients it's a permanent. Yes.
That's going to be on the YouTube, right?
So if you check the full screen, you adjust brightness on the full screens. And here's advanced. It's what I show you on LCD software, it's pre-stored scripts. Choose the picture here, and preview, apply it, and choose the effect, blackout or pre-stored scripts. Same way to set up the pre-stored script.
Can you use both, the smart and the regular?
No, you can just use one. Because if you run this software, and the LCD will be lost connection between the processor and this PC.
Say you set it up with this one single one, but there's other pieces in the other Nova LCD.
Mm-hmm.
Once you close this out, then you can open the other.
Yes, you can do that. And so this one is sim brightness adjustment, just more beautiful in UI, but the function is same. You just need to choose the lights between the modules and panels, and adjust the brightness here to eliminate the lights. So this light, I just lower the brightness for these lights. So this is about the sim brightness adjustment. It's similar with the LCD software. So I'm just show you where to find this function on the smart LCD. And here's a multi-batch. If you want to adjust the multi-batch, two batches LEDs together, just enable this function. It's same with the LCD software, but with more beautiful interface. Yeah, just different. The only difference is. And and also backup. It's say one click to do the backup. I got a lot of customers ask me how to read the configuration file from the panels. Because you can just select it all and update. Oh, this is send files. Sorry, how to read. Select one of the panels, and here's the readback parameters. Here's just like the readback configuration file from the panels. And how to save. Right-click, update the receiving card. You just select the RCFG file and update to send the configuration file.
You right click on that panel?
Yeah, on that panel.
How about coefficient?
I mentioned it before, this software cannot do anything about calibration. Yeah.
Plan on to be upgraded or
No.
never?
Never.
Wow. So what if you're running on Mac, running smart on Mac, and you need to, you don't have PC? What do you do with the coefficient? Do you set it up?
Yeah. As I know, they didn't do any plan on this software. I think they are working on another new brand new software, and can combine the LCT and smart LCT on a function together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When is that supposed to be coming out?
At least 2 years, or 1 or 2 years.
I was told that this was, the purpose of introducing this is because LCT is for more bench level, deep diving into stuff that's really not necessary in the field, whereas LCT is supposed to use it at the shop to fine tune everything, and in the field you use this to put it up with.
Yeah. I think I need to talk with our RD team, because what I heard is it won't add more the calibration coefficients on this software. I will confirm that. I'll double check that. Yeah.
Back to my question before, what scene, same here? If you just scene, brightness scene, you can't reset it on this software.
Yes, on this software, you cannot do the recovery. The only way is go to the LCT and upload the coefficients again. So this software cannot recover what you just adjust the lights So you have to go back to LCT, upload the coefficients again.
So is that a
Yeah.
direct thing?
Mhm.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go back to each panel individually and break it down.
And here's a test patterns and the full red, gray, blue, and lights. So this is for the panels. But if you want to use the test tool, go to help. Here's a test tool. So it just shows from the video source, the test tool. And then the mapping. Have you ever used the mapping function? The mapping function is only for our Armor series receiving card. If you enable the mapping, the screen will be shows the port number, sending card number, and the receiving card number. Just easy to do the troubleshoot and to do the mappings. But for the standard receiving card, it cannot support that. And the last stage I need to talk about the software is, do you know there is an integrated software on this software which called vSender? So just click this small area here. You will go to the vSender software. So on the vSender software, you can do the firmware update. You do not need to type in admin anymore, hide code anymore. Just click here to do the update. Yeah. And also do the self-test, the peer colors or grades. And the next good feature is you can check the device you just connected. Here just shows some main parameters of these processors. And on the right, it's more functions here, the properties. You can just name it. And also here can check the firmware version of your sending card. Here the input, you can change the input source here, DVI, DisplayPort, and HDMI. Or you can just go to control here, just directly click those buttons here to switch the video source. So I just connected the HDMI source, so if I switch to the DVI, it will go to black. And what I'm going to do is change back to the HDMI. Just click here to change back. And you can do the customized or pre-settings, sending card resolution settings, and also frame rate settings here. And the color dips, 8, because for the VX4S, we connected 8-bit source. If you have the 10-bit source, you can just select 10, 8, and 10. And next one is the colors. For an on-your controller, on can adjust the contrast, saturation, hue, and sharpness, the parameters. So you can adjust on the front panel VX4S, also on the software here. And next one is the output. The output, there were 3 Cs here. The first one is the mosaic. If you use 2 VX4S to drive a big wall, how to do the mosaic? You need to type in, for example, we have the screen, it's 3840 by 1080. So you choose the first VX4S, and the total resolution is 3840 by 1080. And the first VX4S just drive 9020 by 1080. And we start from 00. But if you, and then go to second VX4S and change the, it's load the same resolutions here, but you need to change the load area X, which means the start X. Start X should be start from 120, 9020, and then click apply to do the splicing.
1920 or 1921?
1920, yeah.
Where's the gamma setting on this?
The gamma is here. So here's the gamma.
Okay.
To adjust the gamma here. It's on the colors. So we go back to the vSender. So first say on output is a mosaic. How to do the splicing. If you use 2 processors to drive a big wall, how to split the resolution to 2 different processors. This is what I showed you before, the mosaic. Enable the mosaic and click apply. And the second one is a picture-in-picture. You can add one more layers on the top of this squeeze. So we just check minor squeeze and changing the size 300, small windows, and position 200. So you can see here is a small window on the big squeeze. So which means the picture-in-picture. Here I just use one source. You can change to the other source if you have multiple sources connected to the VX4S. And changing the position and changing the size.
Can you just drag that tip, or do you have
Yeah,
to?
sure. So just drag and apply. It will remove the position of the picture layers. Any questions about the picture settings?
So you're wondering, you could actually make this set up the same size as that display, so it's
So you mean set the picture-in-picture layers same size with the main source, right? Yes. So the screen size is 8. The third one of this page is the video source synchronization. Check this one. You can, this function here, it's just like the video sync on the front panel. What I mentioned, if you want to solve the problems, interior issues, enable this function here. And for the next one is the system. You can close the transition effect or fade in, fade out, zoom out from the center, different transition when you switch the source. And you can check here to lock the LCD monitoring, so it cannot be operated on the front. Just in case some engineers is just misunderstand. And next one is the audio. If you want to play the audios of your screens, you have to connect it to the multifunction card, and then to adjust the volume here and enable the audio output. Any questions about this page? So for the VX4S, it also can support 10 presets. You can new the presets here, save the presets here, and switch the presets here. No, it's also saved the configures, all of these pages, configures.
So if you went to change the map and then save the preset map, all of the
Yes.
The 4Ks have this capability to do this as well.
What? Okay.
The 4K can do this as well.
The 4K is just a sending card. It cannot do picture-in-picture or scaling, so it's just a sending card. You can use this changing the resolutions or changing the source if you connect it to 4K. But for the color adjust or for the picture-in-picture mosaic, it cannot do that for the 4K processor. No. 4K do not have these functions. So I just saved 2 presets here, just one click to switch. So this is a preset one.
So it takes a while to load.
Yeah, takes a while
It's
to
not
load.
just a quick punch.
Yeah. The software need to send the data to the box, and the box need to send the data to the receiving card. So it takes some time. So, any other questions on this page? So if there is no question, I think, so this is today's training. Tomorrow morning we did the calibration. So, any other questions?
I have one question. Anybody using parallel or the Mac or the LCT? You are? You're not having any issues or anything? No. Okay. Good afternoon. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Thank you. See you again.
Very informative. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
The calibration, you go just with the camera. You're going over.
Yeah, I'll bring my camera here and set up a small one here, and I did the calibration here.